Well, here we are, once again with the Chad Daybell trial. So many of you have reached out. Oh my gosh, is he really? He's got to be so guilty. Of course, he has not been found guilty in the court of law yet, as today is May 15th, 2024. But this is my remote view and for entertainment purposes only. And remember, we're only speculating what might have happened. But this is my remote view. And so far, I've been kind of spot on all this stuff. So, as we progress through the trial, and many of you are watching, it is becoming clearer and clearer to me that what I remote viewed a while ago is actually what happened. But just to recap, this is my remote view. I tuned in today. This is what I got. Is he guilty of murdering his wife, Tammy? And the allegedly speaking, because we have to say that, is he guilty of unaliving his bride, Tammy? Yes. In my humble opinion, in my remote view, and y'all can do this, not just me. We can talk about that later. I do see that he was the one who I see him clearly. It's almost like his leg, his knee is right here. And I also feel that he's got a pillow over her face in the unaliving process, because we got to be careful about the YouTube algorithms. So, anyway, so I will say that. And I do feel that he does have help. And it seems to me that somehow, some way, I feel her arms being pinned down. And I feel like Alex Cox is actually helping with this. Um, so anyway, it's dark. It's hard for me to see, and it's just hard for me to see anyway. Somebody would be this cold, especially to somebody been married to for 29 years. Good Lord. Anyway, I do feel her arms being pinned down. They're not like spread out. They're pinned down. They're being held down. And I do feel help. What I see is the knee here or the leg. So maybe the knee down and a pillow over, and there are two. So I'm definitely getting it's Chad with a little help from his friend. Now, is he guilty? He's been charged with unaliving the children, and that would be JJ and Vallow and Tylee Ryan. Now, what I get in their scenario, and I got this before, is that we'll go to Tylee first because it's and trigger warning, you guys, trigger warning because this is pretty graphic and pretty ugly. And if you are sensitive, do not watch this video. Just don't. But this is what I got on my remote view. And I mean, it's really hard to say. So, anyway, I do feel that Alex, I think the intention when they drove to Yellowstone was that the kids were going to accidentally have an accident and fall into um, I don't know, the hot boiling water, that will kill you instantly. But I don't feel like they could do it or get away with it. Anyway, I do feel that at some point, and it feels almost after they got back and JJ's out of the car, it is just her and Tylee and Alex, and I feel him strangling her. And I mean, she's just in total shock because she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is somebody that she trusted implicitly. It feels that they were very bonded, but he got so caught up in this divine God narrative that Chad, allegedly speaking, got telling everybody, not only is Chad a god with, God forbid, loin fire, that Alex, too, was going to be part of this great movement, but they had to get rid of these zombies, and he bought into it hook, line, and sinker. And when I tune into Alex Cox, it does not feel as if he was always a little odd, and he had a weird relationship with his sister, and it feels very secretive to me, the relationship he had with his sister, how far it went. If they were comfortable in front of somebody, they were like play acting, and they would just say, "Oh yeah, we're just play acting. We don't really mean it," but yeah, they really meant it because they're that sick and twisted in the back where nobody's watching. So even though Adam Cox may not be aware of the level of intensity Alex, his brother, and his sister were, Lori, it just, I don't know, there was just something weird in that dynamic. Like it was secretive but out, it's kind of a weird dynamic. Like, oh yeah, we're just play acting, but really behind the deal, we're really kind of weird this way. How far it went, is anybody's speculation, but I do feel that he had a decent relationship with Tylee Ryan. So when he attacked her, it not only surprised us, like, what that, are you doing? And somebody she completely trusted that, and then he, I feel, takes her life, unaliving process. Oops, I was so wrong. All right, so he unalived her. Okay, so I feel like he takes her to the property, and it feels to me he puts her in a shallow grave. The thing of it is, Chad has this, oh my gosh, it is an anger that I've never felt or sensed before in anybody. And I have felt anger because I do energy healing with people, and people are angry, at a myriad of things, that happen in their lives. I have never encountered such an anger in this man as I have anywhere else. And it feels to me that he's like, he could not let her go without punishing her. So even though Tylee is unalived, I feel, and just in this kind of this new shallow grave kind of thing, he goes out like the next morning, and I feel like he's got her like somewhat dug up, and it feels to me he does attack her body, like he wants to destroy her body. It is an anger of the female questioning him. It's almost, how dare anybody question me, but especially you, Tylee Ryan, especially you. And it also feels like Tylee was a threat to his relationship with Lori. Like he feared that Tylee could get through to her mom and say, "Mom, I'm not a zombie. There are no zombies." And Chadzilla, the zombie slayer, decides he's got to unalive this unalived being in a brutal way and destroy the body. And his sick and twisted mind, allegedly, supposedly, in my humble opinion, in my remote view, he destroyed Tylee's body because of the level of anger and vitriol he had toward her. And then of course, he burned her, and then whatever. So it's pretty graphic and pretty awful. Now, when it goes to JJ in the remote view there, I am still consistently getting it is Alex and Lori. And I do feel the little child, bless his heart, bless both these kids' hearts, because it just is absolutely sickening. May they rest in peace. In my humble opinion, and Lori has been convicted of the murder, is that her and Alex, her brother, did place duct tape and put him in a plastic bag and asphyxiated him I think he did pass out. I also feel that he was probably drugged. I feel drugged. So I don't know if he had some type of a cough medicine or something to make him drowsy, to make him less. It feels like he does struggle, but he doesn't struggle to the degree he could have struggled. I feel like he is passed out, and I feel like he just, I feel his soul leaves the body, thankfully, before the physical body completely dies. And that's how I see it. What happened there. Now, they say that Alex Cox died of some type of an embolism or something, but he did make a comment to his bride that, oh, look at me, I'm going to be the fall guy, after the children were found in Chad's yard. He knew, as it just came out in the court case, that they were going to frame him. He knew it. Now, some speculation was, did he unalive himself or did he have help? And in my remote view, I do see that something took place, that Lori managed to get, I said, like, I don't even want to say what it is, because there's some crackpot out there that might hear this and think, oh, let me go try that. Okay, so she just put substance in something that he would drink. They did say it was like an embolism. I don't know. I don't know. I do feel that there is a substance involved. I do feel Lori is involved. And I do feel Chad is orchestrating all of this. So Chad is kind of the puppet master, if you will. So is he guilty of hands-on unaliving the children? I'm getting no, but he is definitely 1,000%, in my humble opinion, in my remote view. He is a participant in it. He's the ringleader in it. None of this would have happened if it hadn't been for his quirky religious thing that he went off into, that said he was a god with loin fire, God forbid. And of course, Lori is the goddess. Heavens. When you are divine, you don't unalive people just because you call them dark or zombies. I'm sorry. That is for God to sort out, not for you. So obviously he had some dark attachments to him, and I do feel that with him. I think he's always been a little off track in the upstairs department. But he just, it's this power thing. It's power. It's about, it really, for him, it's about power, and it's about money. It's just like, ooh, there's Lori, and she's this hot chick that is buying my narrative. I feel like Tammy just like, you're losing your mind. What are you doing? And I don't feel that she would put him up on the pedestal that Chad wanted to be on. And it feels like Chad has always been looking for somebody that would really latch on to his narrative and his ideas. So anyway, is there anything else in that? So I do have a few more things to say, but you'll have to tune in next time, because it's coming into me and I'm not sure where it's taking me. So before I speak, I think I better get some clarity. So tune in next time when we do another remote view, but that's how I'm seeing the Chad Daybell trial and how it's going to end. If you're interested in learning how to do remote viewing, or if you would like energy healing or a QHHT session, please reach out to me at sallyknott.com. Book a session or send me a text and you want to talk about it. We can schedule a time to talk. We're going to end it for now, because I'm getting this massive download into something else, but I really have to sit with it. So before I speak and say something I don't need to say. All right. Listen, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. And the notification bell so you don't miss another upload of remote viewing and history's greatest mysteries. Bye for now.